California raisins from the California vineyards.
Don't you know I heard it through the grapevine?
Sounds great, doesn't it?
Vanessa,
Hey.
what are you
So
doing?
was that clay on clay crime since I was a claymation?
Clay on?
The clay is eating the other clay?
I guess so. Yeah,
Mm.
that makes sense. Hold on. Let me get to StreamYard. I'm all out of practice and shit.
I know, right?
Your boy Phil's in the house, Gary G and Eric Von Stugel.
Wait a minute, hold on. Good evening, Philip. There we go.
We got three. We got three people. And
It
what a
reminds me of the
fine,
good old days.
what a fine three people they are.
Yes,
Mm. Vanessa, you're off tomorrow. I'm off tomorrow.
I am.
So we're just gonna hang out a little bit.
Cool. Cool.
Them raisins sucked. Them raisin toys, they did kind of suck, but everybody had them. I don't. Vanessa, like you're like 10 years younger than I am. I feel like you're a young lady.
It's more like 4-ish, 4 or 5, but yeah.
So you probably
Right.
missed out on all the raisin toys.
That and I wasn't in America in the late 80s, so
I wasn't
there is
either,
that
but we
too.
still collected them.
I totally
Oh.
missed out on that.
I was in Germany.
And I
during
was in
that
the
whole craze.
Philippines.
Mm.
Yeah, so
Well, yeah, the Philippines. Let's not beat around a bush. If you get out of Manila or Cebu, it's like a third world country, Vanessa.
yeah, and that was exactly where the base was located, not in Manila and not in Cebu. So
Clark.
yeah.
There you go.
Yeah,
Clark
my
Air
my
Force
mom.
Base.
Yeah, I was there. It was my final year in the Philippines was Mount Pinatubo was about to blow up. So I mean, in hindsight, it was kind of the timing was fortunate because we left like 3 months before the volcano freaking erupted. Even though I didn't want to come back. Me and my 8 years old self, I didn't want to come back, but at least we had all of our shit. But it was kind of cool because like there was a whole bunch of volcanologists on the base and they're like measuring the volcano and shit because like Clark was right in the path of like historic lava fields. So they're trying to figure out like how jacked up is this base about to be?
No, Vanessa, I have a whole crew, and you kind of probably guess they're all Asians. My crew, right?
Yeah.
Except for one. It's one Filipino guy. And he keeps trying to say like, "Hey, I'm one of you," and they're like, "No, you're not Asian. You're Pacific Islander." He's like the lowest of the low, because we have a Chinese lady, a girl like. So we have the Chinese girl. She's like the top of the chain. Then we have like a Korean, and then mostly Southeast Asian, and you could see like but then you get to the Filipino, and he's at the very poor J. Like.
Well, I mean, it was
like he's lower than the white guy to these guys, and I'm pretty low. I'm the they just dude. All they do is talk shit on casseroles with me.
on casserole shit.
Yeah, they don't like casseroles, and they give me the business about them. Except on Thanksgiving when they're like, "Yo, bring me some of that green bean casserole."
I know, like it's. Like we're celebrating one of the widest holidays that is in existence right now, Thanksgiving. We want that freaking green bean casserole.
I need to DM the link to the stream to somebody so they can watch. I got a request.
By request. Yeah, I mean it's kind of weird as if people know Filipino history, how it was a Spanish colony for 400 years. A lot of colonial writings for the Philippines. Yeah, we have what the heck is
chicken adobo?
Yeah, quinceañeras are freaking a thing. The Catholic Church. Yeah. So for me, it's kind of weird in hindsight that the Philippines, when they became independent from the U.S. also, which I think that was a mistake, but it was the 40s. Everybody was like, no, everybody gets to be independent of themselves. I'm all about freaking colonialism. You could quote me on that too. All about it. But yeah, it's kind of strange when you factor in all that history that they decided, hey, we're going with this Asian identity because of location, and it's like, bro, we have more in common with freaking Latin Americans than we do, our, as far as like culturally, than our Asian neighbors.
Yeah, so like they try to explain it to me, like, well, I'm like, man, why do you got to give him such a hard time? And they're like, dude, it's like Tomas. We have Tommy. He's the Mexican, and he's like Tommy. And it's just like, damn, you guys are savage. Like, damn it. Does Danger Vanessa make lumpia?
I mean, I know how to make it, but that's very labor intensive. Because it's not like you can make only 5 lumpias, right? You have to make like them in the hundreds. That was I would request that dish for my mom, and she would automatically freaking nope the hell out of it.
Is that pig? Is that a pig? What is it?
It's a Filipino spring roll.
Oh no, Vietnamese spring rolls are way superior to that.
Okay, so you called yours egg rolls. So it's
yeah, well,
ones. Yeah,
but it's still like, dude, Vietnamese food is like, I would say Vietnamese and Thai both. Those are they're like the superior Asian foods, I would say.
I would have to respectfully disagree, but I can see where you're coming from.
You're not allowed to disagree.
It's different when you have a mama and a grandmama who'll throw down. So.
Chris the Prod is in the house. Jim Cox showed up. What's up, Jim? Leroy forgets he has a chat. No, I was DMing. I was sending the link out to somebody who wanted to watch. So there you go. I told somebody, Vanessa. I was like, hey, Vanessa and I are going to stream. And he's like, well, I want to watch. So there you go.
Okay.
Lumpia is what I just got done eating, says Julie Pascal.
See?
I don't know. I just got done eating sloppy joes and tater tots. So I was talking to somebody yesterday about. I was like, "That you don't understand, okay? Like, sloppy joes and tater tots is like white trash comfort food."
Well, I'm in Idaho, and I don't think that's a freaking secret. But this state's big on their potato products. I don't know if anybody knows that or not.
Yep. What do you mean, hi, George? I don't see George in here.
He's probably thinking about the future.
George is probably in bed.
He's talking about morning George. And he's also assuming that this stream will stay up, which that's up to you.
Oh, I don't know why we take it down. I mean, unless... Is there anything you're especially pissed off about, Vanessa? Like,
you know what? No, because a lot of it is now... To steal from the legal profession, a lot of it is now asked and answered.
Yeah.
Like, how often should I update the backers? Well, according to the platform, at least once a month. Asked and answered, motherfucker.
Oof. Well, we're going to talk about comic stuff today, but we can. I just wanted to hang out. I haven't got to hang out, just us two. And I mean, we hung around on Shane's channel, but it hasn't just been us. And I don't know how long, Vanessa. How long?
Yeah.
So
it's been a minute, yeah.
But let's talk about Chad real quick. How's everything going with Chad, Vanessa?
He moved.
What?
Yeah, he had a job offer. We knew about that for a while. I told you guys were taking Chad and Vanessa more serious than Chad and Vanessa.
Oh, so now we have to come up with another name when a third guy rolls in here?
I mean, you guys are having way too much fun with it, so why the hell not?
That's why you're streaming tonight, just because, like, you know, that's fine. Did you see your family on Christmas?
No.
Well, I thought you were going to.
I do make phone calls, though. I wanted. There was a part of me that wanted to see the possible train wreck. We won't get into details since my sister's not here to defend herself. But
how'd that go? How'd it go though? Like, I kind of know what was going on.
My mom had COVID, so no one went to her house.
Oh, damn!
That's time number 2.
Damn. That is correct, Vanessa. Is that about the updates? I don't know. Eric wants to. You have to tell me.
I think he's talking about future George.
Oh, future George.
Yeah.
Everybody's saying hello to one another. Uh, I've been playing Path of Exile. This is a game that Mr. Rocafort used to play. That we were talking about it, and it got me like
Okay.
thinking about it again. So I've been playing this game here called Path of Exile.
Mm, the door.
You just go around slaughtering shit.
It
It's
was
fun.
freaking killing. Was it zombies and skeletons and?
Just all kinds of shit. I watched the entire extended version of Lord of the Rings while I was playing this character, and
Ooh
I
wee.
made it to level 27. So
That's a marathon. 'Cause
well,
aren't
I watched them over 2 days. I started them last
okay.
night, and then I was going to watch the first two, but then Shane like started streaming, and I went in there instead of, so I finished them up today. So, but yeah, like I usually
Was it
watch them
just
once a
Lord of
year.
the Rings? Was
No, it
it
was all
just Lord of the
three,
Rings or
all three
okay.
of them. Yeah.
I was wondering if you're including the Hobbit in there.
No, that's awful.
How he turned freaking the thinnest book out of that series into 3 films. That was freaking a cash grab right there.
Oh, but the movies were so bad. The Hobbit is so bad, and my wife loves them. Like, she got excited last night because she heard the music, and she came in and she's like, "Are you watching The Hobbit?" I was like, "Hell no, I'm not watching The Hobbit. Watch the Lord of the Rings."
Aren't each of those 3 or 4 hours in the extended
Yeah,
version?
yeah, they're all well. I think the last one's 4 hours. Like, I think the Return of the King's over 4 hours. I have to go look.
Yeah.
But I kind of like it because they show a lot of things where you're like, like if you watch like, was it this Two Towers? You're always like, well, where's
That's the
Saruman?
middle.
What happened to him? You know, it's like, well, he died, and they show it
Yeah.
on the extended version. So if you guys haven't seen the extended version, there you go.
Well, one thing I appreciate is that he didn't do, and I mean, it hadn't started happening in the aughts when they're like, this movie part 3, well, number 10, part 1 of 2. I'm like, Jesus.
Mm.
Harry Potter did it. Freaking the Twilight saga, which I blame my roommates that I even
I
watched
don't
that.
know anything about that. Like nothing.
You're welcome then.
Nothing.
Freaking Hunger Games. I'm not even mad about the Hunger Games, to be honest.
I kind of
The
like
first,
I mean, I watched them because my kid, my daughter was of that age, but I
yeah.
watched those and I'm like, the moral of this story is not half bad. It's about the
No.
corruption, the evils of a strong central government, if you ask me.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, I can get down with this.
No, when Hunger Games 1 came out, I saw it with my church group.
Mm-hmm.
And a whole bunch of us went, and the theater, it was opening day, so like the theater was pretty much like all screens for freaking Hunger Games.
Mm-hmm.
So we didn't even go to our assigned theater. We went to like a random theater that the adult to teenager ratio was more favorable to adults.
Mm-hmm.
So I sat next to a lady who is my age now. My age now at the time, I was like my mid to late 20s. So we're sitting there just watching the movie. Anytime, what the frick is his name? Shit, Lenny Kravitz. Anytime Lenny Kravitz was on screen, she would like swoon a little bit out loud.
Ugh.
And then like anytime he would do anything, she would be like, Lenny, you could hug me. Lenny, you could kiss me. I was like, damn.
Oh.
Well, I mean, I would do that. I would do that if Phil was on the screen. But like, Phil.
Phil, do you want me to send you the link?
No way. Phil,
No,
you don't have to come. You don't have to come.
Because if you do come, Vanessa will come too.
Who was start to call DM was giving me the business in the chat last night about that.
The chat was on fire last night. We're talking about Shane's stream for you guys. Like, the chat was kind of kept me entertained, by like.
Dude, he said, "Fee me, Jesus Christ."
He was not having a good time with the English language last night. That's for sure.
Well, so Shane's rare non pop culture stuff video was when he did a Kyle Rittenhouse reaction video.
Mm-hmm.
And he's like, this guy was found not guilty. And this is what he actually said. This is a quote.
Mm-hmm.
International murder. I was like, international fucking murder. I was like, crossing these state lines. He's not leaving the country. International murder. I'm like, God, I love Shane. Praise Yanzi for dealing with that every day.
I got Rocafort in the chat. What's up, Rocafort?
Hi, Twitter Dad. Got an update from him.
We did.
I appreciate the honesty. Yeah,
we did.
Well, I mean, here's the thing with me. Like updates, I'd rather hear about it from the creator. But if you're gonna be late, let it be for something that's outside of your control, right? Like the printer. If you're busy cussing out the printer, it's like, well, do you have a printing press in your house? You don't. Well, okay, you're having issues with your printer. I'm more acceptable to that, to like, oh, don't worry, guys.
Oh, it's coming.
We're
don't worry.
working on it. Like, yeah.
Well, I mean, if it makes it feel better, I've read the entire book and it's great. So
it doesn't make me feel better that you read the.
It's great, Amanda, or Vanessa. That's all you need to know. Like, you're good. I said it.
Well,
so.
I wait patiently for my copy. I'm sure it's going to be coming in January.
Oh, okay. Snuggy's in the house. Eric McIntyre's in the house. Did I miss anybody? I don't think so. So
Gary G, what do you mean Twitter heard the Phil talk?
Phil was the first. Phil was the first one in the chat today. Like, he was the first one in there.
I don't know, but did somebody freaking clip that and put it out there?
Oh, I don't know.
See, even Twitter Dad's like completely out of my control. Yeah, like I said, unless you have a printing press in your basement, what can you do?
Amanda's not happy with things, I guess.
Well, I mean, she lives in Maine. She could get into that business if she wants to.
Is it Maine? Yeah, it is Maine. I keep thinking it's Vermont, but they're basically the same state. Yeah, there's not a difference. It's the same thing.
I call Maine Lower Canada sometimes, depending who I'm talking to.
Like, I learned to deer hunt in North Dakota, and it's right up where we were hunting was right on the border with Canada. And it would piss my dad off. Like, there was this buck that running around, and it would like cross the border back and forth. Like, we finally got that buck on the last day, but man, he was teasing us, like going into Canada where we couldn't go get it. So there you go. There's a Canada story. Also got a story where we went camping. We went camping out there in North Dakota, and we had a collie at the time, and she was chained up. Like, we took her camping and we put her a little thing in there and tied her, so she was anyway, she was out there like raising hell, and there's a freaking grizzly bear. And my dad rolls out of his tent in his tidy whities, grabs a hatchet, and starts chasing this bear down. It was hilarious. I mean, it wasn't hilarious until afterwards, and we're like, what the hell just happened? But yeah, I mean, you're like a 7-year-old kid, and there's your dad like chasing a freaking grizzly with a hatchet. You're like, whoa.
With white Hanes on.
Yeah. Oh, jockey, I think. Jockey.
Fruit of the Loom and shit.
So there you go. There's a Leroy's dad story. There's plenty of them, but there's one of them. So yeah, chasing the grizzly.
Man.
So, but yeah, so there you go. I bet there's some grizzlies up there where Amanda lived. Chasing Yogi. No, that wasn't Yogi. That was more like, I don't know. But between the dog and my dad, I think the bear was good and scared. So I don't know who these people are. Vanessa.
What, in the chat?
Yeah, this person. This Russian guy.
That needs, I don't know if we have a mod out there. That needs to be
Hmm.
That needs to be freaking wrenched. Somebody needs to drop the hammer on that one.
Amanda's the only mod right now.
Well, Amanda needs to go ahead and
Do work.
deal with that person then.
She needs to get her ass in here. I would say, in the stream. She's like, I went to bed. I'm like, you got the day off, Amanda. That's not an excuse.
I know. Get your laptop. Get your laptop in there. Get your charger.
Yeah, the Russian bots have been everywhere, Eric. That's very true.
You know, it's pretty bad in Shane's when, like, because he went after that particular freaking artist. And I guess he has like a Discord or something. They like freaking spam the chat. It's pretty bad when we're like, do you remember the porn bots? Where are the porn bots?
Well, I mean, you start getting concerned when you don't see them. You know, they were a regular member of the chat.
Bro, when the porn bots freaking clowned us, that was hilarious.
Mm.
They're like, what are you doing watching a stream? We have girls. I'm like, oh shit.
Mm. So, what else been going on with you, Vanessa? Like, people haven't heard from you. What have you been doing?
Waiting patiently for books.
Well, I mean, outside of this.
Outside of this,
yeah.
my job is hiring people, and they're going to be onboarding in about 2 weeks, and I am their trainer.
Those
and
poor,
I have a
poor
new
souls.
Yeah, they'll poor souls. I know how to do my job. The funny thing is that I have a my supervisor is reasonably new. Yeah, she's only been on the job for 6 months. So it's like she's really scared. She's like, I haven't onboarded anybody before and did all of this and blah blah blah. I was like, it's gonna be fine.
How many people did you hire? Like 2?
No. We have 14 openings.
Holy crap.
And
that's a lot.
That's a lot for my office. Other offices are hiring a lot more people than that.
Chad moved. Yeah, Eric wanted a Chad update. The update is Chad moved, and now wasn't there a show or something or a movie called Suddenly Single? That's what you are now. Suddenly Single. Chad got the
way I see it, I've been single this entire time. I didn't receive any jewelry, so.
Are you that girl that wants jewelry? That's surprising.
I mean, preferably for society's sake, yeah, but.
Wait! Yeah, what do you mean?
Society.
What's society have to do with you getting jewelry?
Oh, I want a particular piece of jewelry. I just don't want jewelry for jewelry's sake.
Oh.
But Snuggy said Steve was better than Chad.
I don't know.
You just like the dramatics of it, Snuggy.
I don't know.
Eric DeGuapo says, I heard Cecil is single.
Go ahead. I know you got something to say about that.
Listen, when he showed those 20-year-old pictures, like, I'm not even gonna lie. You know, the carnal person in me was like, oh shit. He had chesticles and a 6-pack and everything. I was like, what the fuck? But then he was like, I was on freaking coke and blah blah blah. I'm like, well, you know, that's not attractive.
No, Kenneth will not be number 3. We're not going to name Vanessa's boyfriend Kenneth.
No,
we'll name him Phil.
Well, I mean, I wouldn't let you guys name. There's certain names I will not let you use, and a lot of them is because they're family members. Like I can't have you fake naming somebody after, but like my brother, it's not going to happen.
Yeah, Jim Bob. Yeah.
Yeah, Jim Bob. Yeah, you can't do that.
Cletus, who will woo Vanessa and make her an honest woman out of her.
Cletus.
I don't think there's been a dude named Cletus, and I mean, I'm sure somebody's done it.
I feel like that's like a 60-year-old man right now, Cletus.
I think you would take his. I don't think you would want to go by that, Cletus.
Cletus.
You would like use your middle name or whatever. Phil with 3 L's. There you go.
Amanda said she was thinking about Barbie and Ken, but like, yeah, we're still gonna have to disavow that.
Hmm. Um. What else? I mean, what have you been?
Eric said Angus would be number 4.
Angus is would you call like a dude Angus, or that sounds like more? It's not a name, but if it was a name, I'd say it'd be more of a feminine name, a female name.
That needs to be a non-American.
Hmm.
Like that's somebody you get from Ireland or something like that.
Agnes. Agnes is a female name, not Angus. So that's what I was thinking. More like it reminds me of Agnes. But it's after. I mean, we all know it's a beef. You know, like I get it, Eric. He'd be a beefcake. See, that's what Amanda's saying.
Yeah. Wagyu, if the dude's Asian. But that's particularly Japanese.
Kobe. Yeah, Kobe.
Yep.
Yeah. So, you've been going to the movies? What have you been doing outside of CG? Like,
I mean, so I did watch that Matrix movie.
How bad was it? For you? Because I mean, I told you.
Okay, so I came in with low expectations, and the movie met those low expectations. So what had happened is that they re-released The Matrix, the superior one, the first one,
right?
And my theater has that 4D where the chair moves.
Mm-hmm.
So I tried it with The Matrix because I'm like, I've seen this movie probably hundreds of times, if not thousands of times. So let me go see it in this 4D. I had a great experience with that, but there was a part with the Oracle when Neo met the Oracle for the first time, and she was like, "You ain't the one, kid." And at that point, I was like, "Oh, so this is what you're gonna take to make this 4 movie, Lana? Okay, I got your number, bitch."
I couldn't even make it. I mean, I made it through 20 minutes, I think, and I couldn't watch it anymore.
Well, I mean, I guess everybody doesn't care about spoilers. So I thought the hiding in plain sight of the truth was an interesting concept with the whole, he was a video game programmer and he made a game called The Matrix. And it was very popular. And I was like, okay, that's kind of interesting. But the writing, there was places where the writing was totally shit. I didn't like what they did with the Morpheus character. I especially didn't like how it ended. I was like, oh, so this chick is gonna randomly beat up a dude. Okay.
Well, I didn't get that
like, this
far.
is unnecessary. Yeah.
I saw that they made Trinity a Karen. I'm like, out. I'm out. See ya.
Well, here's the thing too, that the 4th Matrix was missing is that, okay, even though we all know number 1 is The Matrix is superior to the rest of the Matrix films, right?
Yeah.
But
other than the few scenes with Monica Bellucci in head to toe leather, I was a fan. Yeah. I'm a male after all. Red-blooded American. Yeah.
That would have upgraded number 4 if they were able to pull her in.
No, she's old now. No, that wouldn't have worked.
Well, what's her
she's not what she was.
Too. Oh, she's not what she was. I haven't looked at her, but
I'm telling you, Monica Bellucci in her prime, she was like the ace pitcher for a Major League Baseball team. That's Monica. I mean, she came with she threw some filth. Just saying. Okay, continue on.
But like I said,
with I think we need some visual representation. Hold on.
Okay, you get visual representation. I'm gonna finish my point. So with 2 and 3, there was at least scenes that everybody liked, like the highway scene. Everybody freaking dig that. And number 4, there's no scenes like that where there was like, you know what, this movie sucks, but that scene right there there wasn't even that. It was just, it was a weird way for people to get work. The lead actress was from Game of Thrones, and I appreciated that she was it Jessica Henwick, something like that. I appreciate that she got it. I appreciated that she got it the work, as I was freaking talking shit about Shane earlier.
Absolute filth she was bringing. Look at this. Like, that takes talent. Did they give you the "I want to take you home and cook you breakfast" look just on demand for a camera? That's pretty good. So there you go. Hicks villain saying the Matrix was lame. So Neo created the path for Neo for, I don't know. I didn't get through it, guys. Like, it sounds like Vanessa, she knows all about it.
I mean, I wouldn't say I know all about it.
Mm.
Hicks Villain says they brought back the French dude looking like a homeless bun. They could have brought back Monaco. That is true.
Mm.
They did bring him back looking like a bum. But would you want this specimen of femininity to look like a bum?
No, I need to see her.
Put her in rags and stuff.
I need to see her in a kitchen with wearing nothing but an apron, making a sandwich. That's what I need to see out of Monica Bellucci in her prime. In her prime. Yeah, she is right around her prime, right here. So there you go. Who's this? Snuggie is not a red-blooded male. If he does not know what this is. So there you go. All right, no more eye candy for now.
But man, and then like watching UFC.
But
on like a, well, so most people know I'm like many of you guys out there that I'm on the F Disney train, and I've been on this train for a while now.
Mm-hmm.
So how seriously I take it is that I don't even watch UFC, cards anymore, because their pay-per-view platform is ESPN, which is owned by Disney.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like hurting. I wait until the Pirates put it up on YouTube or somewhere like that. But yeah, Amanda Nunes got handled.
I haven't been paying attention. When did I fall out of with UFC? I don't know. Like, I don't know. I guess about the time where like Silva started nosediving, I guess, kind of thing. I haven't really been excited for quite some time for a fight, other than when the Diaz brothers fight. Especially Nate. I like Nate.
Yeah, Nate.
He'll talk shit. He's the kind of guy that he's getting his ass beat, and he's still talking shit while the guy's like beating his ass. Like, I like that for some reason.
He's the more reasonable of those two Diaz brothers, not CG's Diaz brothers, but yeah, he's more reasonable than Nick. Nick was saying some crazy ass shit, man, when he was still active. Especially Nick had a thing where he like either his last fight or his like second to last fight with the UFC, he came out and he was like, "Listen, I haven't paid taxes. I don't know how to do that." I was like, "Oh shit."
Don't say that out loud.
Don't say that. Yeah, don't say that out loud. Cesar Gracie was like, "Don't worry, we have him under our wing." I don't know if Nick is on the spectrum or not. I have a friend who's trained with him, who is also a mental health professional, and he's not a doctor or anything, so he can't diagnose, but he was like, if somebody told, like, now that I've interacted with him, like, I totally 100% think he's on the spectrum.
I think everybody is. At some ways, everybody. I was messing around on Twitch, you know that, like Vanessa. Like, yeah. I have a Twitch channel or whatever, and I go on there and I'll play video games. But I was going over there to find something to watch while I was playing a game the other night, and I just started blocking a bunch of channels because it seems to me over on Twitch like you could broadcast your channel and then you could start putting all these tags in, and everybody was like putting like, well, I'm ADHD, I'm bi, I'm trans, I'm whatever, I'm gay, and so like anybody that put a label on their channel, I just started blocking. I'm just like, no, 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 I don't want to see labels. Like, I don't like that. So, all right. Higgs Villain says UFC has been treating their fighters like crap for a while. Most of the fighters make nothing after paying off camps and agents. uh, Nobody says they have to have huge fight camps, though. I'm convinced that Nick Diaz has brain damage. I think that's probably a better
Well, I mean,
assessment.
they're part of that. Was it called CUE? They're the UFC is a part of that. Yeah.
Yeah.
They're a part of that study with I think it's Johns Hopkins University. That and a couple other UFC promotions, or not UFC, MMA promotions are a part of it.
Yeah, but he's not like, he's been retarded for a long time. This isn't something that he didn't suddenly get retarded overnight.
Well, I mean, here's the reality of the Diaz brothers, right? Like, they legitimately had a rough childhood, and I mean that in like the realist fashion, not like what I would say, oh, I had a rough childhood, but like, was my childhood optimal? Absolutely not. Was my dad a fucking idiot? Yes, he was, but like, there was no criminal anything going on. I had a roof over my head. I was fed. Like, nothing, my four walls, if you will, were never really in danger. But theirs were. Like I said, they legitimately had a bad childhood, and we just, science in and of itself is just realizing what long-term effects that has.
Lots of people have a bad childhood and they're not retarded.
Well, I mean,
I'm just saying, like, I just.
Hey, well, I mean, it's coping skills. It's a whole bunch of stuff. He got into freaking fighting, and he's just a weird cat to begin with.
Not me. Good night. Later, I need to go. Not me. What's not me mean? I don't know. I think you ran Roquefort out of here. You ran him out.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah, you ran him out.
I ran him out. Sorry, Twitter dad. Well, maybe he doesn't like fighting talk.
Could be.
I mean, there's streams when certain topics come up. I dip too. So
what topics would those be? What topics?
You usually, I mean, anything really going in on like pop culture. Like, I stay if it's an interesting take, but if it's everybody else's take, I'm like, okay, I've heard this. I've heard this, or I've seen this like 20 times.
Or some version of it. I agree.
Or some version of it.
We're all
like
outraged.
anything legal, dealing with legal, unless somebody is a lawyer or again has an interesting take. Because again, I'm a free speech absolutist. Like, say what you want, right? But it doesn't mean I need to be here to witness it. I just support you having a place to say your business.
Damn it,
and
Vanessa.
That in television, in television, that's been happening.
What is that? I didn't watch any of those episodes. Or Scream.
Ethan watching old movies.
No, yeah, is that what it is? Yeah, I didn't watch.
Yeah, that's what his chat's been calling it, and I'm like, I'm usually out. Because they I guess there are movies that are in the public. Yeah, they would be in the public domain.
Yeah, so like It's a Wonderful Life or whatever, I guess. Is that?
Yeah, so they're all like movies from the 40s and 50s, and they're watching it on stream, and I'm out.
Yeah.
They start them, and I'm like, all right. It was fun. It was fun while it lasted.
It's been real. It's been real. I've been searching for a game,
Okay.
to call home, kind of thing. So I just can't find
I
one.
I am no help to you in that, sir.
No, no, I'm just saying. You said what you've been up to. I'm like, now I'm saying kind of what I've been up to.
You're trying to find a game to me. Okay.
So I don't know. Like, this is a game I've played off and on for years now, so it's not really. But yeah, I went and tried New World. There's a game called New World. It's by Amazon actually, and it's terrible. I don't like it.
Okay.
I've tried Scrolls Online for the first time. I didn't like it. Can't I just can't find anything I like. Eric the Guapo says, in Television, I found entertaining watching the public domain shows and movies. So there you go.
See, yeah, some people like it.
Then the other Eric says, in Television is the worst. EBS got the idea from Nasser. Oh. Oh.
Well, I mean, the idea is an idea.
That is true. That is
Well, I mean,
true.
it's the holidays. It gets slow.
Yeah,
And I
it
mean,
is
it gets
slow.
slow for everything. Yeah, it's not like there's a lot of pop culture news coming up, and it's besides the news that somehow people from the industry create with CG.
My wife is
Because
making
it's
Chex Mix right now, Vanessa, and it smells great
oh
now.
nice.
Yeah.
So it's in the oven right now.
Yeah. She's making Chex Mix, a cheese ball, and I think she made an ice cream pie earlier. So
Ooh.
for tomorrow, we have we do finger foods and stuff like that. Like, and then we have some pho. So there you
Okay.
go. So we have finger foods and that, and then I don't know. They're gonna watch. There'll be a movie marathon, and I'm taking my entire computer and setting it up over at my in-laws' house.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So I'll play games.
The tower and everything.
Yeah, I'll take everything. ESO is terrible. I love Skyrim, I guess, or the Elder Scrolls games. I don't know the Elder Scrolls games, but the combat in ESO killed it for me completely. Yeah, the combat is awful. I would agree with you, Eric. Vanessa doesn't know. I think the combat in New World's terrible as well. I like tab. I don't know why. Tab targeting. So, my son wouldn't watch the Spider-Man movie. I did not. And I know my wife's gonna want to go watch the Batman movie, but I don't think I'm gonna go see it. I'm not interested.
Okay.
I don't think. Don't think I'm gonna go. What the hell's finger foods? Like little smokies and cheese, like cuts and summer sausage and shrimp and.
I think he's trying to get your menu. I don't think that's a real question. He just wanted you to start naming foods.
What else are we gonna have? My wife makes Oreo balls where it's like crushed up Oreos mixed with cream cheese rolled in a ball, then covered in white chocolate. Oreo balls.
Ooh, sounds dangerous.
What else do we have? Fruits, veggies, dips, all that kind of stuff, guys. That's kind of what we do on New Year's Eve. I haven't been drunk on New Year's Eve since my early 20s at that. So, we don't drink. We do a punch with just lime sherbet and 7-Up. You know what I mean? So, that's what we do.
Krista Prod says, sounds good. He wanted to put sounds delicious. I'm coming to your house tomorrow.
Dude, it's just finger foods. It's nothing fancy. It's nothing fancy other than the pho,
But a woman is making it, so.
What, the pho or the other stuff?
The other
stuff.
stuff.
Woman's making all the stuff. One woman or another.
Yeah. So
although I do make,
why he's excited.
I make New Year's Day dinner. We do sauerkraut and spare ribs, which Jim knows about. But that's a New Year's Day. My family is a pork and cabbage. It's supposed to be good luck or whatever. So yeah, we went out and I bought ribs and sauerkraut and onions and all that.
Yeah, my grandparents did something similar to that.
Yeah. So
It's like a German thing.
yeah, it must be because it's the crowd, but we're not German
Hmm.
at all. So I think it's regional more than anything because like Jim's from up north, a little further north than I am, but I would say the same region kind of thing. And he knew about it, so I think it's like more regional. I mean, it probably started off being like, what would they call that? Where we're like, what do they call that? What's the word I'm looking for?
What is the word you're looking for?
Hereditary?
But
I
no,
don't know. Like, but it's turned into a
uh,
regional thing.
traditional, yeah. But
Yeah,
it's
yeah. It's turned into
I'm
like a
sure.
regional thing.
Well, I mean, I know, and my grandparents were Central Pennsylvania, so it's
Yeah, so
more
you're from
likely than
that
not
kind of
a German,
area.
yeah,
Yeah.
a kind of a German
Yeah, but
thing.
West Virginia is a bunch of fucking Italians. Like, we're not German at all. So, like, you know.
After the American Revolution, how everybody got land and moved out west, there's
Mm,
probably a little bit of German that got out there.
mm.
Well, that in
I don't think West Virginia is considered out west, though, Vanessa.
Pittsburgh was the original gate to the west.
Mm.
Pittsburgh. So
Pittsburgh's
yes.
the original and still the champion gateway of crystal meth, I think.
Mm.
Yeah, there you go.
Black tar heroin in my neck of the woods. Uh, actually, that's more of Jim's neck of the woods, to be
The,
honest.
the Steel
Uh,
City.
yeah, but no, that's what you call it.
Look,
That's
Phil's
a
home. Do
post.
we want to send Phil the link? I think we might.
I mean, it, go ahead. You're the one with the link.
Well, you're the one that has to like talk. Are you going to be? Is it? Will things get weird, Vanessa?
No, because
Are you sure?
I'm sure Phil's probably with his girlfriend or something.
Hmm.
Vanessa needs a geography masterclass by Shane. No, I don't. Not by Shane. Jesus.
I don't know where meth started, Jim. I'm glad you know because I have no idea. But it sounds right because I know there was in Oklahoma. There was a porta potty on the turn on a golf course. So like on the night after the ninth hole, that was turned into a meth lab.
Yeah.
So there you go. So it would
You
not
know
surprise
it's
me.
funny how much of chemists freaking drug addicts become depending on their drug of choice. Because I mean, the meth is not like it's not super complicated, but it's not freaking easy either.
Remember when we got to we did get you read this earlier, but remember when Shane told us that Singapore was its own continent?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
that was
remember
great.
that. So, it was the Japanese. They did an Ultraman like 5-minute YouTube film for like a celebration of like 55 years of
Crystal meth.
partnership with Singapore. No,
Mm.
it was Ultraman basically fighting in Singapore. And I saw it because of Tungsten. He put it on
Mm-hmm.
he put it on Twitter. So I watched the whole thing. And at one point the freaking Merlion shows up and I'm
Oh, I
like,
saw that.
there
Yeah.
yeah. I was like, there is no way that this is not Shane's fault.
Right.
Because what the Merlion, from what Shane says, like, hey, I gave it arms because like I needed poses, but it's not originally freaking have arms. That freaking Merlion had freaking arms and legs and shit. So I'm like, this is Shane's fault.
Mm.
And of course, Yanzi leaned right into it. She was like, and the great Merlion will rise again.
Speaking of Shane, there he is.
There he is. Yeah.
Might send him the link. I don't know. See if he wants to come in here. I don't know. We're just hanging out, guys. Like, we have no topics. We have nothing planned. This is all off the cuff, Vanessa.
Yes. Even when you were like, let's stream, I didn't know that was today.
Well, what do you mean? I was like, do you work tomorrow? You're like, no.
Yeah.
I'm like, let's stream then. Did you mean like tomorrow or like now?
Yeah, but you dropped the link and I was like, I need freaking hot drinks.
Oh, what are you drinking?
Broth.
Broth.
So I was making, I wanted to make tea, but then I realized I moved my tea to the office.
Yorkshire tea?
No, what did I do? Vanilla chai,
Mm.
vanilla chai tea. But I moved that to my office, so it's not here. And I was like, I need a hot drink still.
Mm. I do Yorkshire tea. Yorkshire.
Mm.
Yeah.
I like
I'm a tea guy.
Earl Grey from time to time.
Well, Yorkshire's the brand. They do different kinds, but Yorkshire's the
Yeah.
brand. But there you go.
Who I think Bigelow is the brand. They actually have a
Bigelow.
factory out here.
I love that.
It's Bigelow. That's
Mm.
that's what it's called.
Mm.
Yeah, they
I
have a
like-
factory out here.
I think I like tea more than coffee. That's just I know it's just me though. Like I understand that I'm rare in this country for that, but I'm a tea guy.
I mean, it's pleasant.
It's mild.
Yeah, it actually has more caffeine per like ounce than coffee, but you really don't use that much to make tea. Compared to
No.
like making coffee, you use a shit ton of coffee to make coffee.
Well, yeah, I remember for my dad Father's Day. I was like, I don't know. I guess this is probably '88, so I was what 9 years old. Like I made
Okay.
coffee for him for the first time.
You messed that up, didn't you?
Oh yeah, dude. He took it once and then spit it out. He had a down comforter, so he had to like he spit it out, so he had to like clean the cover for the down comforter and shit. Like it was strong. He's like, he told me it could walk by itself or whatever. Yeah, but anyways, I was trying to be nice, and that's what I got. So I didn't know.
Well, I mean, you watch your dad do it enough. Like in theory, it's like you open this can, you put a whole bunch of this brown powder into this cup, you put hot water, and then it's magic, right? But you don't know what the ratios are.
No, I filled it up. I used a coffee pot. Like I got the
Yeah.
filter out and everything. Yeah. Like
But like if you don't, if it's what the hell, a carafe, the coffee pot. But if it's not like a Keurig where it's like, oh, you just put this into this.
mhm.
And it's all thought out for you. It's like, okay, well, did you do the ratios right? And it sounds like you made it extra straight.
Yeah. I put a lot of fucking coffee in it. He was like, it was strong. I still, to this day, I'm not a big coffee drinker. Like, if I'm going hunting or fishing, and it's like 4 a.m, I'll get a cup of coffee, but in a cold, but it's not a go-to for sure.
Yeah, I've been trying to kick my addiction unsuccessfully.
Or now, are you addicted to coffee, or are you addicted to going to Starbucks? Because I think there's two different addictions there.
No, Starbucks gets like I'll go to Starbucks, but I mean it gets expensive after a while. No, I have my own. I use like a French press.
Oh, fancy.
Like well, that, and I go to work at 6:00, which is
Well-
changing next year.
What do you mean changing?
My hours are changing.
You got to go in later now?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I'll probably end up still waking up early because I still need to get my sessions in,
Mm,
my trainer.
mm,
So I let her know I could do butt crack.
uh,
And she was like, how do you define butt crack? Are we talking about 5 or are we talking about 6? I was like, either.
we used to say in the 0 dark 30.
Yeah.
0 dark 30. I got a chaos orb. Hell yeah.
So I'll admit I've been watching COD gamers when I'm at work, which is actually quite funny.
Wait, you watch Twitch?
No, I watch YouTube. I don't think I could get on Twitch on my government computer.
Mm. Yeah, but you're
but I
at
can get-
home.
No, I go to the office 3 days a week.
Oh, okay.
But it's not like people don't have music on or one of my
No,
coworkers
yeah.
listens to like a podcast. It's basically just background noise,
Hmm.
either to drown out noise or to drown out the quiet. And because most people are working at home, for me to drown out the quiet. But yeah, it must be hilarious if somebody like looks into my cubicle and and be like, okay, so you're working right now, but you have the sounds of people yelling and gunfire going.
They call that Friday night where I'm from.
I mean, I mean, they call that damn near every day where my
Mm.
brother lives. That's why he's getting the
Mm.
hell out of there.
Oh,
Oh,
is he
that's
moving to
something new that's
Idaho?
happening.
Where's he moving?
No,
Well, I
he's
mean,
moving.
don't tell us, but
Oh, he's in the airplane industry, so he transferred to a different airport. So he's moving to Florida
hmm.
because he's having a son. So I'm about to be an auntie.
Oh,
Yeah.
and you're on good terms with the brother.
Oh yeah.
Oh,
I'm
nice.
on good terms with my siblings.
All right, all right.
They
So,
know what it is. Oh, they have the same issues that I have.
but that's a long ways away, Vanessa. Florida from where
Dude,
you're at. Are you gonna
I
go
mean,
when the baby's born? You gotta take a vacation and go on a trip, I guess.
yeah, that's not going to be in
Oh,
February.
mm,
Cuz while I'm training new hires, I'm training new hires.
mm,
It kind of sucks because they're like, we prefer if you don't take any vacation time during this time. Like shit.
mm.
But I mean, I this is not my first time, so I already knew that was coming. And so the second half of the year, I'm gonna be taking a lot of vacation.
You're gonna be like, you better tell your brother just to have a room ready.
I mean, he's playing. So he's a homeowner, and he's trying to get out of his house, but he's in the unfortunate circumstance of being in a neighborhood that is gentrifying, but not completely done that process.
Hmm.
And it's in a democratically ran city. So again, that's why he wants to get out. But at the same
Mm.
time, he's not getting, to my knowledge, any offers on his home.
Kicks it on. I grind my own coffee beans. I feel like I've
I
seen that before.
I know people at my job who do that too.
But do they have one of
That
those
that's
old school ones where you like crank the top like you're churning butter, or is it like new like a blender or something? Because
they have the blender.
oh,
They
okay.
have the blender one. No,
Alright.
there's a group of about 10 of my coworkers that are in like a coffee, well, they were before the pandemic. They were in like a coffee group
Mhm.
where where like each of them, it's like they know exactly. They actually had like rules. They're like, don't use this this coffee maker. This is privately owned. Blah blah blah. It was like if you want to be a part of this group, you have to like put in $10 and you're on a rotation to buy like supplies and shit. But then they get like the fancy coffee, like the one like the people would buy like the office would be like Folgers or like
Yeah.
some Walmart brand coffee. No, they get like Hawaiian beans, whole beans, and then they have like the electric grinder and they grind it and then they make like the pot of coffee for them.
So they have
I'm
their
not at
own
that
pot of coffee.
Yeah, I'm not at that level of coffee snobbery.
Mm. Yeah, that seems
But
like
like
pretty. That seems like office snobbery for me. Yeah, that's exactly what that sounds like.
but I mean, so some people, you know, everybody has their likes and dislikes, and they really like coffee.
Mm.
So they got around some like-minded people and got the good shit. Can't blame them.
The problem with these games is the inventory management.
I was watching Dr. Lupo play Tarkov.
Tarkov. I know that game. I've never played it though.
It for you, it would probably be way too similar to your previous life. Like way too. Well, I mean, because like, okay, you watch.
Are
Like,
they calling it? Are they calling in airstrikes, Vanessa?
Yeah, Yeah, no, they're not doing that shit. Well, not in Parkoff.
Oh, all right.
But no, but like in COD, you have people running around, jumping off of shit that is unrealistic and fucking
Right.
real life, right?
Right.
So it's like it's fake, you
Yeah, but
know?
that's why
But
I
like,
can. That's why I can tolerate it though. Like when I
yeah, but
play,
like
yeah.
Tarkov is like you get hit by a bullet and you're like you're fucking down, and you're
Oh,
like I have to heal, and it's like if you get too much loot, you actually move slower. Like I said, probably way too similar to your past life.
yeah. You got to ruck it. Ruck
Yeah, it's
that
like
shit.
you need more energy. You have to go eat something.
Yeah. Protein bars. Yeah. And
Yeah,
well, back in the day, it was like it was just like rip fuel, like bottles of it.
bro.
Dude,
You know,
we would take mini thins and rip fuel to stay awake, and then we would put like NyQuil in our rucks and like drink it like it was liquor to fall asleep.
yeah, I don't, dude. When I was in MOS school, we would take yellow. I think Yellow Jackets 3 was the ones that were out in the early 2000s. Dude, we were all on freaking stims.
Yeah,
All
like
of us.
I think they outlawed rip fuel. I know they did. Like, but that was our jam. Like that was our jam. So, but
Yeah.
but yeah,
It
like
was
yeah, it was vicious. Like to stay up. So I
well
don't know why
and
you
that
were trying to stay up. Weren't you
well
like a pogue?
don't have a penis. Yeah, it was a pogue. But no,
Just make
because I was like it was going to school
that was
between
kind of
like
hot when you said that. Just so you're saying,
what, that was a pogue or going to school?
no, that you didn't have a
Oh, no
penis.
penis? Yeah, no, no penis. And I don't want to get into a conversation about the culture and
I
how
quite
that's
enjoy mine, Vanessa.
fucking retarded.
I quite enjoy mine. Just saying.
Oh, I mean,
Don't hate. That's
I
all I'm
hope
saying.
your wife enjoys yours too from time to time, but
Well, I mean, she's at least enjoyed it twice. I know that.
I know that is factually true. That is
Well, she enjoyed it at the time, maybe not 9 months later.
I
But
know. You were all sorts of asshole 9 months later.
yeah, yeah. So there you go.
What the fuck? Oh, stimulants. Yeah, because it's like, okay, so I was 19 when I joined the Marine Corps, so you have the young and stupid is in the in the factor also.
You were late.
But
You came in late.
yeah, I did.
Yeah.
So have that, going through school and still having to pull a overnight duty session, and they didn't give a shit. It's like, oh, you're on duty on a Tuesday and you're still in a student status. It's like you can't miss freaking class.
That's right.
Well, you didn't get any sleep the night before. And then the shit is boring.
Yeah, my school was different, like than that. Like for sure. But yeah, the struggle to stay awake's the same regardless. So
Yeah.
you do what you can. Like mini thins and rip fuel or whatever. I don't know what yellow jackets are, but
It was a stimulant that was popular in the 2000s, in the early
yeah.
2000s before it got outlawed.
I remember some dude like almost OD'd on cough syrup. Like
Yeah,
NyQuil. NyQuil.
yeah, that was a problem because they would try to not microdose. They were macro dosing it.
They weren't macro. They were trying to like fall asleep. They were just drinking it, bottles at a bottle at a time. This guy drank like 4 bottles of NyQuil. I don't think he
Yeah.
OD'd. I think he just made him sick. It's nasty. Just one shot of
Well,
NyQuil.
I mean, if he got sick, he probably OD.
How do you explain that
It's just an overdose. He took too much. He got sick.
How do you go to sick call and be like, yeah, I drank 4 bottles of NyQuil? You don't say that.
Yeah. He was kind of freaking. No, one time, my damn gunnery sergeant. So I joined my unit in Okinawa and I went I got sick for like 4 days, and it was legitimate. I had like a fever and everything, and that, and it was during the week, and I think that was the problem. Like, I can't be. You could be sick on your own damn time, but don't be sick when you're supposed to be working, right? So, it was like Tuesday through Friday. Like, I had legitimately had a fever, and they were like, I was going to sick call, actual sick call, not like my corpsman. I was
Mhm.
going to actual sick call every day, and they were like checking me. So they were like, "Hey, you're good for Monday. Enjoy your weekend." That's what the doctor's telling me, right? So my gunnery sergeant was like, "You can't fucking leave the barracks." They called us, and they were telling us how your heart rate was different between you lying down, sitting up, and standing. I could not be in the military now because I would be like, motherfuckers, your heart rates are at different rates when you're sitting, laying down, or standing. It's a freaking thing. So he was like, you need to stay in your barracks room. So of course I didn't, because ridiculous, right? The doctor said I was fine. I'm gonna enjoy my weekend. It's not my fault I got sick during the
Mhm.
week. I'm gonna enjoy my weekend and go to work on Monday. So Sunday afternoon, I get in trouble because this dude just shows up. So Saturday, I totally leave my camp. In Okinawa, where I was stationed at Camp Schwab, and all the stuff in Okinawa, like all the fun stuff, like malls and like touristy shit. It's all in the south part of the island. So I took a bus with a whole bunch of other Marines that I worked with, and we went down on Saturday, as we did every Saturday, to like walk around and have fun, right? So I do that, not a problem. On Sunday morning, I go to the beach on my camp, which I could see the beach from my barracks room. That's how
Mhm.
far it is, right? I get in trouble for going to the fucking beach. You weren't supposed to leave the barracks. Da, 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 da. We were worried about you. I was like, bullshit, you were worried about me. And I found out some corporal freaking told on me. I thought she was supposed to be in the barracks. But like, motherfucker, I could see the barracks. Just,
Hmm.
if something really freaking happens, I think I could hobble my way up this hill, get into the barracks, and die in,
Mm.
in the barracks if
Yeah,
I
yeah.
needed to.
Camp Butler.
Why all this? Why you calling me? Well, that's the entire, all of Marine Corps base on Okinawa belongs to that base. But yeah.
Well, for us, it
Uh
was that funky cold Kadena. Yeah.
Kadena got a Chili's before I left, and
Did
everybody
they
lost their
really?
damn mind. Yeah, everybody lost their
I
mind. They're
don't
like,
know why.
freaking Chili's.
Look. I don't know why the Air Force base needs the Chili's because, like, unlike Marines, we're allowed to leave base. It seems like
Yeah,
you'd want to put the Chili's on the Marine Corps facility where they're not allowed. They can't be trusted to leave post or whatever.
I know.
Like,
Like, you know what's funny? When I lived there, for some reason, the Schwab movie theater got all the movies first.
mm-hmm,
So, like, when Harry Potter the second one came out,
right,
it was weird because like Schwab is a grunt base in the middle of
right,
nowhere because we also have an ammunition supply point. So those can't be around civilization. So
right.
it's normally, because we counted, there's normally after hours like 35 women on this base in total, and
Mm-hmm.
thousands of dudes because like there's infantry battalions there. So Harry Potter came, and there's like families and shit. I'm like, little kids. I'm like, what the fuck is going on?
I Because of the way my job was, I always had to get stationed when where all of our for my job you had to be you worked closely with the army or
Yeah, yeah.
certain parts of the navy. So usually when you were stationed where there was an air force base and an army post right next to each other, right?
Yeah, yeah.
So like there's always a big difference when you wake up, you go to work, you head over to the post or whatever, you run you're doing whatever, then you go back home to the air force base, and it's such a night and day difference. Like it's like it's like going from it's like I don't know. It's like the movie Deliverance, going from like a small Deliverance town to like a real city. That's kind. It's almost similar. So like we get the Air Force facilities are always way better. Always way
Yeah,
better.
we when I was in Okinawa, we did a big ammo update. So Kadena has near, actually it's actually like across the highway. So
Mhm.
across the highway from the flight line
Mhm.
was an ASP. So it was for, fast deployments. Like all the
Mhm.
ammunition that you need to do for an invasion is at Chibana.
Yep.
So
Building
and then
pallets.
yeah, so obviously the Marine Corps has a section of Chibana for our shit, right?
Mhm.
So our officer, our CO went down there and saw like the ammunition is like 20 plus years old, and he was like, "No, we need to rotate this shit out." Which fair, right? So there was a team of Marines who would go back and forth to like rotate the ammo out and like get the older shit, into training
Yeah.
rotations and get
Tearing
the
down
newer fresh.
pallets, rebuilding them. Right. Got it.
Yeah, yeah, and getting the fresh shit, that would actually be used in warfare
Yeah. No,
into
wait. First
there.
of all, this is a damn lie because the Marines never get their fresh shit ever.
Yeah, because eh, yeah, because all the shit for warfare gets put aside. They don't get the new shit. That's another whining,
No, all
complaining
the
thing.
brand new
So,
shit was in the back of my backpack.
oh yeah, you're talking about equipment. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And no ammo,
Um,
all of it. All of it. So you guys were like using like I remember hooking up with some Marines and they were using like Vietnam era rifles. I could
well,
not
yeah,
friggin' believe it.
bro. Like, yeah, the Marine Corps is like behind on everything. We do shit on a budget, like a ridiculously small budget at that. That's why, like, I get butthurt when like we got a new uniform and everybody's like, we need to get a new uniform too. It's like, fuck all of y'all. Y'all don't need some new shit. The
That's
old
why
BDUs are fine.
this
You'll
ranking
be okay.
Snuggy has, I disagree wholeheartedly with this
Oh,
because
the coasties are much lower
I
than
would
everybody on
say
that.
that it would be you safe and then the Marines. The thing about the Marines is they're independent and they don't need anybody for anything. So I would rank it like you safe just because, go Air Force.
Yeah.
And then Marines, and then the Navy, and then the Coast Guard, and then the Army. So there you
Well,
go.
for me, the Navy and coasties would fight for that last place, and
Mm,
that's because of my current job. I know too much about the fucking Navy now.
mm.
Um, but yeah, going back to my story. So like we're going on this Air Force base all the time. So chow happens, we have to get fed, right?
We don't call it
One
chow.
time, calm down, Leroy. Jesus
We
Christ,
don't
can I
call
get
it
through the
chow.
story? I know
No,
you don't call it chow.
you
We
went to the
call it chow.
DFAC. You went to the DFAC, and it's called a dining facility, Vanessa, not a chow hall.
Whatever. Calm down. So it was time for chow. So we left, and we went into that. So like our chow halls are crap
Yes, correct.
compared to air, because like they gave us a little card which basically said in English and in Japanese to say, "I'm still eating. I will be right back."
Mm.
And we're like, it was damn near a restaurant
Hmm.
where the Marine Corps chow halls are like either one step above or below a school, like a public school um lunchroom. And that above and below, it depends on where you're at, right?
Hold on.
So yeah,
What?
so there was that, and then one time we got takeout chow because we couldn't go to your dining facility that day.
They gave a flight.
So
They gave you a flight line lunch pack. Yeah.
yeah, so we got that. One of the corporals got us like a microwavable a
Oh, you.
microwavable lasagna, and it's not like ghetto brand. It was Stouffer's. He was like, "What the fuck am I supposed to do with this?"
Oh, usually they made us like nice sandwiches and like I'm not talking like
Yeah, it was.
like a no, I'm talking like it looked like it came like it was like nice
Oh no,
turkey, like
it was a very nice lunch. Like I
yeah,
enjoyed it a lot.
yeah. Like I hated going to fucking the army. Oh, I hated the chow hall. Ugh. Oh, it's like no salt on anything, and it was always like rice and gravy
Well, I
every
mean,
time. Who
well, I
the
mean,
hell
it's
eats rice
hard.
and gravy?
I don't know.
I mean, I heard of like
Somebody.
mashed potatoes and gravy, but not rice and gravy.
Biscuits and gravy.
Well, yeah.
I love that breakfast.
Eddie Winkler's in the house. What's up, Eddie?
Yeah.
I remember Chitlin Day in the mess hall. I don't. Who calls it a mess
I
hall?
don't.
Is that a
Well, I
Navy thing?
mean,
You guys call it chow. Army calls it chow.
yeah.
I
I
guess
that.
mess is a Navy thing.
Yeah. I don't know if I would. I wouldn't for chitlins. That would have to be an old black woman for me to eat it.
Yeah, that's kind of
I'm not
nasty if
trusting.
they're not done right. Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not trusting anybody else, and I don't care
yeah.
because I've had some great chitlins.
You can have some. You can have some. Part of my, but shitty chitlins.
Mhm.
Like literally.
Literally, yeah.
Hmm. All right. Well, there's some military stories. Jim Cox talking about Bomberg. So there you go.
Mm.
I've been a bomb
Zane's talking
holder.
about he's tired. I don't want to hear that mess.
He's got the link. He's not coming in here. I guess he's not impressed with you, Vanessa.
I
Just
guess
saying.
not. Well, I mean,
Either that or he doesn't want things to get weird, you know?
I thought they already were.
Hmm. Well, between you and Phil, things are weird? You think so?
Yes.
All right.
Well, not like in an awkward sort of kind of way, but yeah. The internet's fun. You know, it's fun to flirt with a young man every now and then.
I want to flirt with Monica Bellucci in her prime, but
Those days are gone.
yeah. I have to find somebody else. I have to find somebody else to covet, I guess, or lust after. I think she was the last one, the last like celebrity kind of crush for me. She's the last
Well, I
one
mean,
I had. I don't really have any celebrity like crushes.
her proportions are good, and that's all natural, and that's in Hollywood. That's kind of rare.
Yeah, she's a real woman, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Snuggie Jr. is impressed with Eddie for some reason. I'm glad somebody is.
Yeah, I guess he finished bagging and boarding all his
Oh,
Spider-Man comics.
you want to read that?
I'm so tired, Vanessa. You drain me. Need to save my strength for fulfilling you in March. Fulfill me some more.
So there you go. What are you looking forward to in CG?
CG. Obviously, the next one is Groken.
Groken, yeah, but that won't be for a while.
Yeah, next month.
Oh no, I meant like what campaign's coming up.
Oh, shit. Well, I mean, depending on how Battlebrick Road reads, I would be very excited for number 2 because I know he's launching that sometime first half, and that'd be Mr. Eric Weathers.
Mm-hmm.
Vaughn's Tearing the Trench, I'm curious about, so I would like to see more information about that one. Definitely excited about Eddie's, so definitely hopping in on that Sovereign 2, and hopefully he better have a catch up tier. Just saying.
He said he would.
Just
I
saying.
don't know why you need to catch up. You shouldn't be behind. I don't know what your problem is.
Well, it's too late. I am behind. And let's see here. Kyung is supposed to
That was supposed to be this
I
month.
guess.
What happened?
I know. I've been holding my last number 14 for him, but I guess I'm getting hats from Shane. They get. I'm definitely not backing 24 campaigns next year. That's for damn sure.
Yeah.
That's for damn sure. Ooh, I get the Furious V secret tier. Is it going to be called the shit you should have got the last time?
Why is that a joke? I don't understand. Did he forget to send you something? Did he not fulfill you correctly?
No, because I didn't back that campaign.
Oh, okay.
So again, the shit you should have got last time tier. Don't name it that, Eddie. Don't recommend it. Yeah, there, and I'm waiting for Rob's. But it looks that's actually.
Will there be 24 campaigns next year?
Yeah, I mean, because how many are there?
There's a shit ton.
They're like damn near 200.
Yeah.
Oh, you go play the video game. I'll pull up Creator Go. Hold on. No,
I'm actually reading the chat. I'm not playing the video game.
Okay.
I decided, I'm starting to get back into it. I'm starting to understand, remember how this works. Yeah.
Get your habits back.
Eddie says you can get 2 for double the price on his next campaign.
two for 2?
You know what? I'm going to pull some strings, actually. We'll talk after this. Should I stir V's pot? No, Eddie.
It's called Creator Go, right? I can't freaking find this freaking website. This is weird.
Creator Go, yeah. Let's have a Monica Bellucci break real quick.
Yes, go ahead.
Yeah. Let's check on Monica Bellucci and see how she's doing. Whoa, she's doing pretty well, Vanessa.
Yeah. I mean, listen, she has good proportions. She's toned, that which is desirable for females too.
And she's a dirty girl.
Well, I mean, very nice, eyes and lips.
You don't need to explain to a bunch of dudes why she's hot. We're well aware.
Listen, I'm giving you the female perspective because obviously I'm not drooling over her, but why is there 182, but there's no campaign for under 182? Somebody must have got freaking zonked. Somebody got zanged. Oh no, they just 182 campaigns in 2021. So they'll definitely be 45. How many were last year?
There was a lot.
So in 2020, there was 140.
All right, so how many are you going to back? What do you think?
I mean, definitely not 24. That's way too much. I mean, if honestly, I'm kind of disappointed in Comic-Gate right now. So I even got to the point where I was like, I'll back 6 next year. Jesus Christ, guys. But I mean, I'm probably looking at 12 to be quite honest. So one a month.
Or once a month, yeah.
But I mean, I'm not gonna put that pressure on me. Oh no, if I don't back in January, I'm gonna lose out. I'll just be like, I'm backing 12, 6 to 12, and it's I mean, we talked about this before, but it's meritocracy. So I'm only backing what excites me. And if you don't excite me, and I'm somewhat interested in you, I'll catch you in demand, my guy. So there's going to be some creators that I am not going to support.
Well, we're not going to get into that.
Yeah, we're not going to go there, but I'll catch you on the back end. Hopefully you don't need me in the front end. And hopefully that's not a good percentage of people. Because I do still want these creators to succeed. Does V want to keep me I mean, if you want to. I took over that room.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, that everybody left.
Mm,
There's 3 of us left. I was like, shit, I'll take it over.
mm. Did you
I
change the
need to
name
come up
of
with a
it?
better name. Yeah, I need
Mm.
to come up with a better name.
How about more werewolves? I don't know what's gonna
How many
happen.
more werewolves? How many more werewolves do we need in comics game? I mean, for real, it's like
Uh,
25% of all books,
it's probably high,
and I
but
don't.
close. Seems
Yeah,
like
I
it.
don't think that was exaggeration either.
Mm,
Well, I mean, maybe not werewolves, but like horror,
whore,
horror.
whore.
Yeah,
Mm.
there's too many R's. Okay, like I have a problem pronouncing
3
shit.
campaigns, like that's a lot, Eddie. I just want one. Can we just have one? 3's a lot.
Well, I mean, if he could turn that around,
Just want one with. Can you just put like 3 books on one campaign? That sounds like it would be good. 3 campaigns. That's asking for a lot. I feel like.
that sounds fun. Well, I mean, it's fun when Eddie says it because like now he has a reputation of fulfilling in a timely manner.
Yeah, but that's 3 campaigns. Like, I just want to do one. I just
Well,
want.
he's doing.
I want
Look, go down
12.
to his next one.
Yeah, but you could
Yeah,
have the spinoff in the Sovereign Wolf 2 campaign and just run 2 campaigns then. 3 campaigns is a lot. That's all I'm saying. That's a lot to be asking. I feel like. At least to me. Because I'm like
Well, I mean,
Vanessa. I'm not back in like 50 campaigns next year. I'm not doing that.
yeah. Well, I mean, if he does Sovereign 2 fulfill, spinoff fulfills, Sovereign 3 fulfills, then
Hmm.
my thing is I'm not about these creators who have like multiple campaigns at the same time and like 3/4 of them are late. I'm not about that anymore.
What do you expect in Talladega Nights? What's going on, Vanessa?
I know, right? Shit. That was that was such a bad that was such a bad take. For those who are curious, your boy Zach, that is such a bad take.
Mm.
What do you mean? What do you mean you want your books fast in a hurry, Billy? Baby
I don't.
Jesus.
I'm not sure people are asking for fast in a hurry. Like that's not what the argument is. The argument is it probably shouldn't take you 2 years from when your campaign closes to fulfill the book. That's I think
Yeah.
that would be our argument, Vanessa, that we would have, you and
Yeah.
I.
Well, I mean, and again, it's a lot of ask and answer now with Indiegogo changing their terms of service. That was one day creators will look back at our bitching from 2021 and be like, you remember when it was just our fans bitching? It wasn't Indiegogo coming after us asking us for freaking updates.
Mm.
Because surprise, that's what it be. That's what the game is now.
Well, to be fair, I don't even think it's like the Indiegogo. I think it's Indiegogo like going to regulate themselves before the government decides to regulate for them.
Which is smart, right?
Yeah, it's like we could
And
do it now, or we can wait until the government comes in here and does it. It's like no, we should do it now then, right?
yeah, probably get ahead of it. And I mean, from our perspective, it's like if you see something going wrong, you say something, right? It's in the
Mm,
Marine Corps we call it policing our own.
mm. Which you do, you guys. I mean, sometimes you don't do a very good job of.
No, but sometimes we do though. You know,
Oh.
like some things better than others. But yeah, it's like policing. We try to police our own. Some of you guys don't want to be policed. Now Indiegogo is going to police you, and I'm just going to sit back and enjoy it
I don't know
because
if I'll
there's
enjoy it, but
well, I mean, the thing is, it's like everything that we've ever said is now in that user agreement,
mm.
and it's like surprise, bitches. So Eddie put out to clarify Sovereign 2 with Vaughn supplemental in April. Secret with a 3. Sleeper spinoff. Oh, Secret Sleeper, is that the spinoff? Sleeper spin. Shit! Too many S's,
Good,
Eddie. Good
good,
God. I
good
can
job,
barely
Shane.
speak English.
Good
Come
job,
on
Shane.
now.
Oh.
I know, right? Shane needs to tell me if he was ever in English as a second language as a child. Because if he says yes, then I'll be like, I found my people. Okay, around August, Sovereign 3 around November, December again, if all goes well. And so far, so good. I mean, if you could stick that landing, Eddie, you're gonna have a great year.
I'm sure if you show IGG a few pages, they'll be like good enough. I don't know. Look, like, well, I want to be real for a second. Remember this time last year, Vanessa, we had a bunch of creators saying 2021 is going to be the year. Remember that?
Yeah, and we were all about it. We were calling it year of fulfillment because like that's what needed to happen. Yeah.
But I've been lurking in a few streams, and now I've heard like 2022 is going to be the year. And I'm like, 2021 was going to be the year. What happened?
Yeah. Well, I mean, I know other
and
fan
our
shows
people,
are gonna
like Eddie,
Yeah.
like Eddie's, that's all we can do is like support like people like Eddie, who,
Yeah.
and Eddie's got my support.
And Shelby, and got
So there you go.
who's Russ Leach, guys like Kenneth Rocafort, like that. That's what in 2022 I want to spend more of my time on. Because again, like I said, a lot of the stuff that we said over the last year and a half or so, it's asked and answered now. It's like, what am I supposed to do, guys? Well, what? Unless the Kickstarter conversation happens again, which it probably will.
It has been.
Yeah.
It's you've not been around. It has been.
Yeah.
But
maybe we should go over there. It's like it's gonna eventually be the same shit over there because, like you said, like let's get ahead of it before the government puts their foot in it, right?
Well, for me, it's just a convenience thing. Like Kickstarter's a pain in the ass as a customer, as like a backer.
Yeah,
it's a pain in the ass.
Yeah, as a backer, I don't. Yeah, because I don't like how they wait to take my money. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't like that. And again, we've used Indiegogo so much where it's like, I think use the word dangerous, how easy it is to back things now. It's like what you click 2 buttons and it's like you're backed. Congratulations.
Yeah. It's almost dangerous. Blah. It's almost dangerous how easy it is.
Yeah.
Like, yeah. So, but yeah, like I like Indiegogo, but yeah, there's that Kickstarter conversations going. We'll see where it goes. I don't know. I won't be going over there. But
I won't be going over there for comics. So
I don't think
out. Go ahead.
I need to go over there and back a game, but I still haven't even done that. So hey, we got the Russians back.
Yeah, and you have no mods.
Das Vidanya. Who cares? Like, who's gonna go? What is nobody?
One of them is a link that leads to a virus, so that's my only concern.
Nobody goes to that website.
Yeah, no one type that into your URL search. Somebody's gonna do it because like they're contrary.
It's gonna be Shane.
Well, what Shane? I hope Shane hasn't been listening to my bad freaking English. Like I said, Shane, if you were in English as a second language as a child, let me know.
You ran off Shane. You ran off Kenneth. Just run off. No,
Twitter Dad had a meeting. Twitter Dad had a meeting. It's still early on the West Coast.
Probably had a meeting with his pillow.
I mean, that's a great meeting to have. Those are some of my favorite meetings in the day.
I would like to say I just saw this tweet from Graham 8 hours ago.
Okay.
He started fulfilling today. So officially, like technically he's on time, but even more impressive than that, that's 2 original campaigns he's fulfilled within a calendar year. So original books. So that's very impressive from Graham Nolan.
I'm waiting for him to make something I wanna
It's Grant freaking Nolan.
Well, I would listen. I wasn't into the Chanel, and then like it's Western.
Mm.
I, I I'll admit I'm excited for him. I'm glad he's in Comicsgate. I'm glad he's able to execute
Hmm.
the program, if you will, because it's needed, right? Like
Oh, he's giving out
it's
Compass comic stickers.
nice. So you're gonna get one. Is
I
that
had
going on
the Tower of Power. I had to start
the
on the
Tower of
second
Power?
side. Yeah, so his sticker will be the middle of the second side.
Mm.
I asked him like a while ago. He's like, Why don't I have a sticker?" I'm like, "I'm holding out for a Compass comic sticker." So I'm glad to see that. Very excited.
You have, yeah, and you asked for it. Now you're gonna have it. That's
Well,
good.
I
Yeah,
mean,
I
I
just
don't think like he did it for him. I just, like it's cool. I
you know
like
what?
the
You're gonna
sticker.
take that credit. Just
No,
be
I'm
like,
not.
I like stickers.
I do like stickers.
He likes decorating his PC with stickers.
What do you mean, Vanessa? Like Phil wants to know what you read. Like comics, I assume. So
Yeah, well, I mean, yeah, I just finished Arc Athena,
ugh.
and I know he's not, strictly Comicsgate, but I am excited about how Eric Canetti ran that campaign, fulfilled early, and it's a great product. So, like, I'm in. I'm
Hmm.
in for the next 5. If he's able to, especially
What
because
genre do you like, Vanessa? Genres.
genre,
You suck at answering questions sometimes.
shut up. So, as far as novels, I went through a period where I
No,
was
comic genres, comic book genres.
oh I thought I said Cape and Cowl like a long time ago, but like yeah, that sci-fi. Um Obviously after well, I embrace certain segments of weebery.
Ugh.
Well, I mean it's like I like One Piece. Not One Piece, One Punch Man. I think it's
Hmm.
hilarious that the Japanese can do superheroes better than the Americans right now. And if I could ever get My Hero Academia #1 without going on the internet, like that looks like a fun read too. They get some weird freaking shit out there. Um yeah, and I'm trying to get through Dune before the next movie comes out. And
Like
I've actually
the novel?
from yeah,
Hmm.
from what I've read so far, I've enjoyed it. And then I'm trying to get through a freaking George
I got
R. R.
one.
Martin
No,
sucked me in again.
I got. You
Fucking
need to
asshole.
here. Let me. I got one you'll like.
Okay.
Let me try to pull it up here. Uh, the first one would be called "The Assassin's Apprentice." Like this is there's a whole series, but this is the first one, and it's pretty
Okay.
cool. Like
It-
the chick's name that writes it is Robin Hobb. It's kind of fantasy, but it's really. I don't want to spoil it. Just read it. I think you'll really like it, actually. So
Okay.
that's one I would
I'm good.
suggest to you.
I'll check it out.
So
But no, one of my favorite authors, and I need to read more of her stuff, is Octavia Butler. That freaking chick is crazy.
hmm. I remember
Like I
reading what's his name? Terry Goodkind. You know who that is? He does like there's a was it the Wizard's First Rule. They did a TV series on it, and it was really bad. But I read this book, anyways. I'll tell the story real quick. I read this book, and I was like, everybody's reading this. Let me read it. It's a fantasy book.
yeah.
So I started reading it, and they get to the point where they have this little boy, and they buried him up to his neck in the ground, and they start feeding him this gruel from like a horn, and then
Okay.
and then they pull him out, they kill him, and they cut off his testicles, grind him up, and eat him. And then I'm like, done, out, not reading this.
Yeah, that
Like,
that that sounds like ritual sacrifice that used to happen all over the world, but we live in a horrible time, right?
Yeah, but like if that's what's going through this writer's mind, like I'm done. Like
Yeah, you're
no,
out.
yeah,
Yeah.
like, and I couldn't believe everybody was like reading this shit. I was like, holy crap! I guess we're all just okay with this. Like, I'm not. I'm
Well, I
not
mean,
reading it.
what? Stephen King, it had like a freaking child orgy scene
I didn't read that.
that obviously got cut out of the movie, right? But yeah, that he acts like holier than thou, and everybody's like, "Bro, you literally wrote a child orgy scene," and he's like, "Coke is a hell of a drug." It's like, "F
Blame it on the
you,
drug.
Stephen
Yeah.
King." Ah, suck a pickle.
Mm.
But man, no. Andy Weir, the dude that wrote The Martian. I read
Mhm.
another one of his books. It's called Artemis, which I'm surprised, or maybe it happened because he's a white dude whose main character was a Muslim young woman who's also a criminal. And granted, I don't follow him, so maybe he did get canceled. Like, how dare you?
Yeah, whatever.
How dare you make this, character a criminal? But yeah, that was an interesting book.
Recent, but I don't think I've read anything recently. Like, I don't know. Like, I went to Barnes and Nobles. I think I was told it was on Shane's show, but I went there and like half of the fucking bookstore is Harry Potter. Like, still, even now, it's like, holy shit!
Yeah, they got all that merch.
It's like, isn't this ever going to go away? Apparently not.
Apparently not, and like, good on her, man, to get like her percentage.
Mm.
Went from what, writing that book in a cafe on a typewriter in London somewhere, now a billionaire. Like, good on you, chick.
Oh, I did try to watch because my mother-in-law was watching was a Downton Abbey or whatever. I tried to watch it. It's like, what is she going on about? Let me see. I got through like 2 episodes. I'm like, done. Like, I'm fucking done. Like, I can't. But I can understand why a chick would like it, I guess. I don't know. I was just looking for shows, Vanessa. I can't find one.
Yeah, I never got into Downton Abbey.
Yeah, me neither.
I like their house though. There's a chick. Her name is Julie. She married into the Montague family, which is the Earl of Sandwich's family, like
I
in
don't think
England.
about
So she's,
Montague is because of Shakespeare. That's why I know Montague.
yeah, it's actually a prominent family in the British aristocracy.
Mm.
But like, she went to the Downton Abbey house. It's privately owned. Like, it's owned. I think they're earls. I don't know who, but like, she did like a whole tour about it, and they were going like stories about, yeah, because the countess, so it's an earl, talking about like family history and how like it was all jacked up. It's like, oh, you guys are real freaking people who have like real freaking problems and don't get along with everybody in the fam. Cool.
I have no idea what the hell you just said. I don't know nothing
Downton
about the
Abbey
monarch.
stuff.
Oh,
Well, I mean, we're America, right?
yeah. F that all. I'll F that noise.
Well, there's a descendant of King George III that lives in California, and they could take him back. He could go.
I don't know who you're talking about.
Prince Harry.
Oh.
England, you could take your boy back.
Well, they could take his wife too. That'd be cool.
Well, yeah, when he was, dude, he said like the First Amendment is bonkers. I'm like, get out. A direct descendant of King George III, get out.
Oh.
We kicked out your grandfather. We can kick you out. Get out.
All 10 people are watching are so happy they came here to listen to us talk about
history,
royalty,
and the British aristocracy. And
we had no plans. The chat usually
we have no plans.
Used to lead us, but like they're not.
I don't know. Maybe they're drinking.
It is a holiday weekend.
It is a holiday weekend. hopefully, if they're working the next couple days, they're getting time and a half.
Not if your salary. Salary is like the worst.
I
Fucking
well,
hate
I
it.
get paid by the hour, so.
Yeah, I hate
But
salary.
I'm government worker.
Yeah, yeah. Um, how long are we going? An hour and 45. We'll go 15 more minutes and we'll call it.
Cool.
All right.
So Philip, did that answer your
Cool.
question?
No, I don't think you ever answered the question. You never do.
What sci-fi superheroes?
I could
I
ask
I
Vanessa,
like
like, hey, Vanessa, what's your favorite kind of foods to eat? And then she'll be talking about, like,
delicious.
she'll be talking
Freaking
about her favorite socks, like two sentences later. Like, I was like,
well, I
no, I
mean,
asked you about your food, not socks, Vanessa.
if you're drinking cocoa and you're eating, a cookie and it's wintertime and it's cold, I want my feet covered.
Nothing, Eddie.
I'm
You
wearing
didn't
house
listen,
shoes
Eddie.
right now.
Con- contract is even worse with no holidays or vacation.
Mm.
Yeah. Thanks, Vanessa. There you go. I like wearing brand new socks.
Those are fun.
I
No,
think
I
like
remember.
I'm gonna sell my house when the kids are gone, and we're gonna like rent a 2 bedroom apartment, and I'm just gonna buy a brand new pair of socks for every day of the year.
I don't think your wife will buy into that for some reason.
Oh, my wife would love living in an apartment. Are you kidding me?
Oh, she's about not clean that house no more. Get
That's
him out of
right.
here. You guys could live in a retirement community.
I can't be. We can't do that. But I don't know. I like a. I mean,
Some of them are nice,
yeah.
and they
Like,
have rules like no little kids could live here.
well, no, like there's nice ones where we live. I mean, I'd pay like $1,000 a month. That gives you a fucking nice apartment where I live.
Yeah.
Spend $1,000 a month on an apartment, not have to worry about you like any of the bullshit. Hell yeah. And then have a brand new pair of socks every day of the year. That's high living. Every day you get that new sock feeling.
Mm. No, I want this hat. Well, yeah, my early 20s, like, because you remember how you were a kid and you would get socks for Christmas. You're like, this is not a toy.
I never once
The
got socks.
hell?
I never once got socks for Christmas.
I've
Never
gotten
once.
socks for Christmas.
Oof.
Well, it was like a stocking stuffer thing. So like I got the real presents, but then like in stocking stuff this shit. I can't do this shit anymore. I can't work under these conditions. The hell.
Are
But
you
yeah, I
drunk?
would get like socks. No, that I wish I was.
Mm,
Because at least then I could blame the alcohol, right?
yeah.
No, but like my mom would get me socks. She would get me like the fancy socks. And at first, as a kid, I was like, I don't want this. As an adult, I'm like, please get me some socks. That's like the lowest thing on the totem pole, like that I remember to freaking buy.
But now you want socks.
Now,
I get.
now I want socks.
I'm like the world's easiest person to shop for. They use my in-laws used to be like, "Oh, he's so hard to shop for." And they just realize you go on the internet, you order West Virginia gear at double
And that's
XL,
it.
and then you're done. Like I'm literally the easiest person to shop for. So they don't say that
So
anymore.
like hoodies,
Hoodies,
jerseys,
yeah,
hats.
no
Yeah.
hats. Hats is a hat. I buy my own hats. I'm very
Okay.
particular because like they'll get some kind of like bright yellow loud cover with the WV like done weird or whatever, and I'm like, no, I'll buy my own hats, thank you.
Okay. So you're all about West Virginia
I
tops
I could
of
literally
some sort.
I could probably wear a different West Virginia shirt like every day of the month and not wear the same thing twice.
Mm,
That's how much I have.
that's how much you have.
Yeah.
I went through my Eagles phase. I mean, I still like them. They just they're okay this year.
I don't watch
But
NFL.
I've actually tapered down a lot on sports.
Oh, I still watch
Like
the shit out of college. Like,
I'm not into I'm not into college personally.
mm,
I probably have a take that's totally different than everybody else, but my thing is like, do you know anybody that went to that school? Why the fuck are you cheering so hard then?
because there is no pro team in West Virginia. West Virginia is our pro team.
Well, I mean, that's the same as out here in Idaho, like
Boise
any
State.
of the college. Yeah, Boise.
They, although I bet
Dude,
there's a lot of
when they
Denver
do
fans.
well, yeah, when they do well, Jesus Christ, the traffic is fucking crazy where I live.
Mm,
Because I live near the stadium,
hmm
so we would get before the pandemic for basketball, we would get some of those finals that would lead into March Madness.
hmm
So that would also drive traffic in the area. But yeah, it's been obviously quiet since the woo. I can't call it that. Friggin' the beer bug.
Why can't you call it the
Since the
woo
beer
flu?
bug. Uh, because if I start calling it here, I'll call it at work, and somebody's panties got into a twist at work. Can't call it the woo flu. Like, why the fuck not? And that was when my mom got COVID the first time. I was like, so freaking the CCP could suck the biggest pickle in the world. Hopefully it's an American pickle. That would be my preference, but whatever. Yeah, my mom got COVID again. Shit.
She okay?
She's gonna have all the yeah, she's fine. Like she got cleared to work again. She got like well, because they have them, nurses in the emergency room, they have them wrapped up like a burrito, right? So she was like the small mask. She went from a small to a medium on that N95 mask because she was like, the small one was hurting my jaw. So I went to a medium and then she gets COVID. I was like, well, obviously these freaking vaccines aren't working as well as we thought they were. And don't let your kids take that shit.
Yeah. Well, I'm not getting into any of it. I let you
Yeah.
know. I think the DM group, I kind of compared it to something, and that's what I'll say about it.
Well, I was listening to a doctor, and he was like, "Don't let your kids take this shit." But what it comes down to is liability insurance. Because the moment that a vaccine is recommended for kids, it gets liability protection, meaning that we can't sue the shit out of them. So don't let your kids take that shit.
Just staying out of it. Oh, yeah. Publicly, like I'm just tired. I'm just tired of just tired of everything politically.
Well,
tired.
Well, I mean, we had what H1N1 about 10 years ago. Nothing like this. It was nothing like this.
Yeah.
I mean, a lot of this is craziness, right? Like if you would have said 10 years ago this would happen, I'm like, not in a freaking America.
It really hasn't though. Like that's what I'm saying. Is these people in like New York or where these news play outlets are, New York or whatever. Yeah. They think like everybody in the country is living like them, and like in all honesty, where I live, I think like we had like 2 weeks of shutdown.
Yeah.
And that was it. And then like there was a mask mandate, but like nobody followed it. You know, like it just wasn't. It really never affected where we live. It didn't. So, like we did the 2 weeks of lockdown. We're like, well, this is bullshit. And it was over. It was like back to normal. So, I mean,
it's the nanny state, right? It's like when you don't trust the people in your country. And you have to babysit them.
They're not
and
supposed to trust us.
Yeah, well, they're also not my daddy either. Again, they don't pay my bills and they don't dick me down. So I don't know why they think they can do all of this with my life. Like, don't care. I actually stole that line and I like it a lot.
I've
Don't
never
pay
heard
my
that
bills
line.
or dick me down. Yep.
Never heard of it. Never heard that line.
It was great.
Where's it from?
I stole it. It was from a beautiful black woman on Twitter
Mm.
when she was talking about the current events of the day. And she was obviously expressing her distress of the current situation. And that was her take. You don't pay my bills or dick me down. You don't talk to me like this. Like I'm a freaking child. And I'm like, amen, sister.
All right.
So what is the point of this game?
To kill shit.
No. So just run around,
Hold
kill
on.
shit, like there's
Yeah,
no like
but-
missions or anything.
Yeah, there's quests. Hold on. The satisfaction you don't get unless you hear it. So here's what it sounds like. So
Okay. Okay, so it's like smashing and like things screaming.
yeah, you're smashing the ground and like shit's coming up.
You just killed Fido.
Yogi, I guess that's more like a bear.
Yogi is a bear. Okay.
Yeah, that's just mostly what with this kind of game. I just watch like a TV show or a movie, and then I just zone out and do this. What I'm doing here. Now it gets more complicated. This is a new character, but the gist stays the same. Like I have one move right now.
Which
I
is
could jump around.
swing. Jump around and swing. Hey, if it works, right? Because last night Phil was spamming the punch button with E Honda. If it works, it works.
Yeah. Wait, I don't think I wanted to go there. Shit.
E Honda.
All right, we're gonna end it. I think 1 hour and 57 minutes. We still have 8 people here. I think Jack Show's on. If you guys want to go watch, I mean, I'm just gonna go watch something on Netflix or HBO Max or Amazon Prime or something. But I think they're over there on the Jack Show doing shit, aren't they?
I think so. They were talking about closing out Anna's calendar or something.
There you go. I don't know when I'll be back. I know March at least.
Yeah. Well, it's good bullshitting with you in the chat again. It's been a while.
Yeah. All right, we will talk to everybody later.
Bye, chat.